Welcome to BitBoy Crypto.
We can't let anybody else find out who we are. My eyes are up here. I personally would not advise that strategy. Bugs Bunny or Tweety Bird, how to make money in crypto.
Oh, you're killing me.
Welcome to BitBoy Crypto. My name is Ben. Our mission statement here at BitBoy Crypto is to empower you to find financial freedom through crypto assets. If that sounds good, hit that subscribe button. Guys, make sure to hit that bell for notifications. YouTube is really putting us down in the algorithm. Really helps out. And right off the rip, if you could do us a favor, especially if you're in here waiting, smash that like button for us. Number one thing you can do to help out the channel. Got a fresh cut this morning. Fresh cut. What do y'all think?
Trail Grinder noticed.
What's that?
Trail Grinder noticed. First thing you
I
said.
talked to Trail Grinder yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on Instagram.
Nice.
Unless that was a Trail Grinder impersonator.
Could be.
I think it was real.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't have my normal hair gel in. So tomorrow we'll be looking, I don't know, maybe better, maybe different. We'll see what happens. This is I don't know what they call it, a soft hold. It's not a firm hold gel. But here's the point, guys. The point is my hair may be standing up, but Bitcoin's falling down right now. We're at a very pivotal moment for Bitcoin right now is on some of the smaller time frames. We're going to bring up Frankie Candles here in a little bit. We get a chart analysis to talk about that. He's going to actually be coming on to the show to show you guys what he's looking at, because we're at a very pivotal time as we are seeing some sell-offs in tech stocks again. We're seeing PayPal, dump like 25%, I think, or maybe it was their quarterly, or whatever it is. We'll get into it in the story. They lost 25% of something significant. And also, we're looking at the Fed stuff still going on right now. But on these smaller time frames, we're bumping into, we're going below some support lines. Now, nothing dramatic, but right now I think we have we wick down below some of those support lines on the smaller time frames. I'll let Frankie Candles show you guys more about that. But you know what? It's always a good day in crypto. We're going to, at the end of the show, we're going to be taking a look at something that you guys got to remember, which is to zoom out. We're going to talk about that and put that into perspective. But man, we are going to get into a story about a YouTuber who absolutely scammed, liquidity rug pulled. It is an actual rug pull. Rug pulled his own project, and a lot of people are really, rightfully so, butthurt about it. So we're going to be taking a look at that. And the guy's so bold. The guy's very bold.
Really?
Yeah, he said, I'm not going to give the money back.
Wow.
After he's pretty much admitted it. He admitted it. And I guess we're going to get into the story here in a little bit, but it really gets into this dicey and murky area of what is ethical and what is illegal. Because in the crypto markets where things are unregulated, there is a gray area there where someone could do something like this. And because the regulation isn't there, technically, it might be legal what he did, but definitely immoral, definitely unethical. And that's, we always have the highest ethics on this channel. We have ever since the beginning of it. We have a long-term vision for our audience and our followers. And, we want everybody to make money over time. Anybody who's been here since 2020 will tell you they're still doing extremely well. And I think, we're going to talk a lot today about scams. We're going to talk a lot about crypto danger. We're going to talk a lot about the government, crypto exchanges. They think you're stupid. They really think you're stupid. I made a tweet about this a little while ago, and we can look at that tweet right now. Let's see. We are going to put a tweet up for our meetup before the end of the show, by the way. 802.3 thousand followers here on Twitter. Still working on getting Drew Brees. Drew, where you at? Where you at? I said, the government thinks you're stupid. That's why our financial system's archaic. They think people can't. They're incapable of making decisions with their money without being told what to do by someone who has a financial degree, not financial advice to appease the overlords. You know what this reminds me of? And I always draw a lot of parallels here. This reminds me of the way that the Roman Catholic Church was when nobody could read.
Yeah.
Nobody could read. There was no printing press. And you know what they did? They just made the rules up as they went. And they said, oh, it's in the book. I can read it. You can't. Just trust me on that. That's the way our financial infrastructure in the world works. If you want to have a financial advisor, then by all means go do that. I know there's some good ones. I've got a financial advisor in my C12 group. I meet him once a month. Great guy, great morals. But here's the facts. The facts are the numbers show that even financial advisors are buying crypto themselves and advising their own people, their own clients, not to buy crypto because it's dangerous and risky. It really is this land of, do as I say and not as I do. We talked about it yesterday. So, definitely something to keep in mind. And I can't wait to get to this story because it is so fascinating. So don't forget to follow us here on Instagram, BitBoy_crypto, dad jokes for the win, personal stuff here. Also, guys, remember, by the way, that I will never send you a DM. I'll never send you a DM. So you get a DM from me or TJ, it's fake.
Or really, we could really say anybody that you know or aware of is on this team. There's scam accounts pretty much for most of us. DZ, Justin, Frank, even Decker was talking. One of our first interns was talking about having a scam account. But can you show the stories on your Instagram? Is that logged in on the BitBoy Crypto one?
Where is it?
If you click the circle,
it'd be right here.
No, click your face up at the top left.
Yeah. And no, you can't do that on mobile.
Okay, no worries. I just wanted to mention there was a couple pictures on there from the Lambs Christian Academy we were at this morning. That's one of the charities, nonprofits we support here at BitBoy Crypto, Hidden Network. We've been working with them all last year, and they were just able to open another classroom. What they do is early childhood education in preschool for underprivileged children in the inner cities. So we were out in Metro Atlanta today, the Austell area, and saw the latest classroom they were able to open up. And
was that on Hit Network? Is that BitBoy Crypto maybe?
It's on both. But I just wanted to show a couple pictures.
Yeah,
but it's fine.
I'm trying to pull it up on my phone.
It'll be in the hit. Like we'll show some pictures. I just wanted to say you were talking about crypto and really we want to turn influence into impact around here. We like the word impact much more than influence, and that's really what we're trying to do. We are we're building obviously wealth for ourselves and our families and the people we know, but we want to see it impact those around us and the community around us, and that's something we always want to encourage people to do.
Did I send Jack a message to set up that account yesterday? Did we get it set up?
I can't remember either.
I'm gonna send him a Slack right now. You guys see, this is the internal team. We're working right now. I'm gonna send him a Slack, and I'm gonna ask him to create that email address, and we will get that going by the end of the stream because I want to talk about that.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Can you please create giving at BitBoy Crypto? Oh, Jack's here. Create giving at bitboycrypto.com, and then just come wave and let me know because I want to talk about that. We're doing big stuff this year, guys, and we're going to kick it off starting today. So we're really excited. And also, we're going to be talking about our meetup as well. The Feed My Lambs is incredible. We just gave $5,000 to a local girls softball team for their travel season. We love supporting stuff like that. We love our local community, love the broader community as well. So, all right, let's go ahead and get into the markets here. Go ahead and get rid of that too. CoinGecko, we are coming in at $1.799 trillion. You guys can see it is down 3% from yesterday as we were approaching 1.9. Just a reminder, you will see different numbers on CoinMarketCap than CoinGecko. I just want to reiterate that because we used CoinMarketCap for so long, but now it's bunk. We don't like it now. So these are the new numbers we're going to be using. So 24-hour volume, 71 billion, very low, getting back down to the 60s. Dominance dropped a little bit, 39.3%. I think it was 39.6 or 39.8 yesterday. ETH about the same. And for 77, no, that is not right. For 87 Paraguays, you can send an ETH transaction. And I don't think we're covering that story today, but did you see that Solana is adding transaction fees?
Oh, interesting. No, I didn't see that. Maybe trying not to, that's a solve for crashing that beta network. But
yeah. Well, here's the thing. People talk about gas fees. Like most people don't understand the gas fees. No. Okay. It's the same thing with the Bitcoin fees. Okay. To run a safe, secure open source network, you have to have incentivization to do it.
Absolutely.
Those fees are what incentivize people to use the network and to send the transactions on. If you do no fees, it creates a problem to where anyone can do any action on the network. And they had all kinds of people attacking Solana and just, overloading it with congestion because anybody could do it. You didn't have to do anything, in terms of fees. It was very cheap to attack the entire network. So, they're going to be adding that. Who was I talking to? Taco said, do you think this was their plan all along? I don't know. I think they thought they could run one without fees. But I think now they're opening their eyes. You have to do that. Good. Okay, so real quick, before we go further in, we are going to be doing a program where we're going to be giving away a used vehicle. It'd be a nice used vehicle. I mean, not a 2020 Tesla, probably.
Yeah, a reliable
vehicle. Very solid, reliable vehicle. We're going to be giving that away to, the general idea is single mothers every single month. But there can be a case where it could be someone else. It doesn't have to be a single mother. I think that's, getting to work, getting reliable transportation, especially if they're coming from a divorce or raising kids on their own, whatever the case may be, then, that's something we really want to help. We want to support. So if you know of anyone who you think deserves, what do you call that? Not a handout,
a helping
hand
hand.
up, a helping hand in that area. You can send an email with that story to giving@bitboycrypto.com. We're going to be kicking this off in February, probably maybe in the next 2 weeks. Goal is to do one of these a month for the entire year. And it could be a single dad. If there's a single dad, I think there's more single moms than single dads, I think. With full custody, I don't quote me on that. But I think there are, but that's what we want to do. So you can send those in and we can, single parents. Send those in and we'll look through, and we got a team of people that are going to be doing that. That's just one piece of the giving back that we're going to be doing this year. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff, impact, not influence. That's what we want to focus on.
Love it. Yeah, it was really cool today, hearing some of the stories from some of those kids. Like this, I didn't realize the program had been going on since 1995. So she's had kids that have gone through the program, gone to college, become teachers or social workers themselves, and then she gets message and gets to catch up with them years later, and they say, the stuff that you did with me at 4 and 5 years old impacted me so much and directed my life so much that this is the direction I took it. It's pretty cool to hear.
They said my predictions created single parents.
Oh,
sad. We're really excited about this. Like I said, we're going to be doing a lot more stuff. So make sure to send in those stories. If you know of anybody, we're going to collect those every month and pick somebody. So, all right. So Bitcoin, we already looked at that price, 37.2. We're going to look at the charts here in a few moments. Biggest gainer of the day, Quant, doing pretty well. ICP, got a local ICP influencer. Might be coming in and checking out the studio here pretty soon.
That's fun.
Synthetics, 6.5%. Leo token. It was very interesting. Leo token is up. This is the token of Bitfinex, and they're in a little bit of a controversy right now. So very interesting there. All right, let's get to this story, guys. YouTuber scam. Okay. I want to be very careful with this story. Okay. Be very careful with this story. Here's why. There are too many people out there who call people scammers, who accuse people of things, and it's just conjecture. It's just conjecture. Everything is not a scam. Sometimes people just make bad decisions. Sometimes the market crashes and it pulls everything down with it. In every single coin transaction out there in terms of trading, there's a buyer and a seller. Someone always wins, someone always loses. That's facts, guys. Okay. This story is not conjecture. Okay. This has been awesome. Can you send me that link? Yeah. Actually, if you could email it to me, that would be great. So this is not conjecture. This has been a proven story. I think this is very important. You can't take circumstantial things and say, oh, this person talked about this and then the price did this action. There's not necessarily correlation. There's a lot of factors in play there. This is awful. You guys know CoffeeZilla. This is a guy who, goes hard on scammers. He falls in the conjecture, probably a little bit too much, but he really did some very interesting work. very good work on this story here. Popular YouTuber orchestrates crypto scam to steal $500,000 from fans and shamelessly buy a new Tesla with the money. The audacity, the boldness of this guy. It's amazing, to be honest with you. In an apparent crypto fraud, a popular game streamer known from Twitch and YouTube has allegedly scammed his fans out of $500,000 by creating his own crypto and employing a simple pump and dump scheme. Instead of returning the money, he decided to buy himself an expensive new Tesla. Crypto scams are undoubtedly on the rise. This is Paul Danino up here. This is a picture of the guy. Let's see. Striking statistics claim that such scams and rug pulls caused at least $7.7 billion in damages to crypto holders. Blah, 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 blah. Well-known streamer Ice Poseidon, this is the guy, Paul Danino, has managed to steal a whopping $500K from his fans by convincing them to invest in CX Coin, a crypto that he apparently created for his pump and dump scheme. After he reassured his fans that this would be a long-term investment, the streamer, who goes by the real name Paul Danino, pulled the rug. This is a rug pull. I've been talking to you guys. It's important to use the right, language, the right definitions, the right terms when we're talking about specific things. A rug pull is when you suck the liquidity out. That is exactly what happened in this case. It caused the CX Coin crypto to nosedive. He apparently netted $500K, but he used $200K to the developers. He did all this for $300K. In orchestrating the scheme, he's going to run out of that money real quick.
Yep.
He allegedly used some of the remaining $300K to treat himself with a brand new Tesla, and ironically, even live streamed on YouTube when he picked up the car last summer. When he was confronted with these allegations by another YouTuber, he purportedly admitted the crypto scam. You can go watch this video from CoffeeZilla, and you can see that it is so awkward. He's like, CoffeeZilla's like, do you think the people deserve this to happen to him? He's like, well, no. What? Basically, his argument is that it went up to $500,000. He saw that as a good opportunity because the market started crashing. And he said, if anybody's going to make money, at least I'm going to make money, because the coin was probably going to fall, maybe not to zero, but it was going to fall significantly. He had built up the money. He said, I'm going to pull it all out right now, which means he had like 90% of all the coins, right? To be able to do this, you have to have like 80 to 90% of all the coins owned by one person.
Richard Hart style.
You said it. So this is what he did, and he left everybody holding the bag. So what happens is when they pull that liquidity, he makes off with all the money, and then there's nothing left on the exchange or on the DEX for people to trade out of that coin, and they are stuck there. So supposedly, he said that he was going to pay back some of this money. It says he was going to pay back about $155,000 to the liquidity pool. Interestingly, CoffeeZilla claimed that his probe revealed the streamer had only returned $47K. Now, I would say if you look at this, probably what he tried to do here is he probably was like, well, right now it would be worth this amount, so I'll put this amount in. And, then he never did. He only put $47,000 in. But we don't know how the market fluctuations, affected those prices. So you got to be careful out there. You also have Gunna, who is a popular rapper. Yeah, this tweet, I want to see everybody win. But then, well, that is not what I thought it was. But basically what happened is he posted this after he had posted promotion for a coin. And you know what happened? It tanked 90%. This is the chart. I thought the chart was on there, but this is the chart. This is in a 7-hour period. Basically, it went from up here. You got to be careful when people are telling you specifically, like, buy this, buy this, buy this. Okay. Be real careful what I say here. Almost every private sale investment we've done follows this pattern. Do you know who usually does this stuff? It's the venture capital, it's the VCs. They're the ones that sell at the top. As soon as it comes off, they sell it, they move on to the next thing. They don't care if people lose money. But even a chart as bad as this one, it is important for you guys to understand while many projects start out like this can easily rebound and go back up. Now, I don't know anything about this coin. This coin might be a scam. I don't know anything about it, but I'm just looking from a chart perspective, looking at that chart, the shape of the chart. We've seen this before. I always talk about Alliance Block. That was one that looked just like that. And then, man, that thing absolutely mooned. I think at like 100x or 200x, whatever it is. And that also doesn't mean the Gunna was complicit in this. You know, he might not have even been the person doing the selling. Maybe someone was doing it for him, or maybe it was other people that were involved in the project. There are many factors that go into a dump on a chart like this. You've got to do your own research, and I'm just going to tell you straight up what I've learned after doing a lot of private sale investments and a lot of these IDOs over time, or whatever chain, whatever acronym you want to use. They almost always, for the first 2 hours, will spike up, and then they'll crash 80%. That's almost what every single one does. That is about a year or so of experience, year and a half or so of experience on the back end of this and seeing the way that it works. But you don't ever really know exactly who is doing it. The important thing is you have to be careful. Binance, you move on to Crypto Danger here. Let's talk about some of the more, interesting things here in crypto when it comes to scams and things. Don't trust celeb crypto Super Bowl ads, warns another celeb crypto ad. Now, this is a new campaign from Binance. Do you know who will have celebrity commercials at the Super Bowl?
Crypto.com, Coinbase,
FTX.
FTX.
Yeah. This is war games. This is marketing here. This is why Binance is doing this. They're attacking, Matt Damon for doing a Crypto.com ad, basically. Guys, celebrities don't know anything about crypto. They don't know anything about crypto. There is a very small minority of celebrities that actually are involved in crypto and, know what they're talking about. Nick Carter from the Backstreet Boys sent me a message. He knows crypto, believe it or not. That guy knows crypto. He's all in it. That's the rare person in the celebrity world. Yeah, most of them are getting paid, and they're promoting it the same way that they would promote a credit card.
That's what I was going to say. Most crypto divisions at banks don't know much about crypto, let alone your average celebrity.
Absolutely.
But Akon, that's another good one. Paris Hilton, been involved in the space for a long time. I feel like Ashton Kutcher has a somewhat decent understanding. I'm not sure, but from what I've seen,
I honestly think
he's pretty smart.
I think Tom Brady, he demonstrated that he at least has some understanding. And I talked to some athletes and some different celebrities that definitely know about crypto. But like I said, it is the minority. If a celebrity is doing a crypto ad, they're doing it. There's two kinds. You got Kim Kardashian and Floyd Mayweather and DJ Khaled, where they will just kind of promote anything. Ethereum Max, and Centricard or whatever it was called back in the day. They'll just promote anything, and it can be a total scam. A lot of these ads for FTX and for Crypto.com, these are just similar to ads that you see when it comes to any product, like a vacuum.
Yeah.
Or I always think of Jennifer Garner. I don't know why. Jennifer Garner is the one spokesperson that sticks out in my mind. Like, I don't believe she uses Capital One. I just don't believe it. I don't know why. I just got this feeling. Nothing against Jennifer Garner. She's great. Okay. But the point is, I always am skeptical. I'm like, does she really use that? Right. Isn't that kind of borderline? Like, it's a financial product, right? A credit card, it's interest rates, they put all these little disclosures in there. And I talked to Crypto.com about a lot of these topics, and the stuff that they told me that, people are nitpicking them about is absolutely insane. The government thinks you're stupid. Remember that. What they want to do is they want to keep you from investing in this stuff. That's what they really want. When there's an open message, they look for a loophole to try to detract from it and take away from it. One example was, they had an ad that said something like, 16%, staking or something like that. 16% APR. I think it was 16%. Maybe it was 8%. I don't remember what the number was. but they got nitpicked because it didn't give the entire range of every single crypto that they have staking for. So the lowest one is like 5% or something like that. And because it didn't say 5 to 16%, because it just said 16%, the government believes that you're so dumb that you're going to go to crypto.com, you're going to open up an account, you're going to put money in, you're going to move that over to a crypto. And even though it very explicitly says this crypto will get this return, 7%, they think because you saw an ad that said 16%, that you're going to automatically think that it's everything on there is 16%. How low IQ do they think that you are? This is all a big game. So, Binance kind of getting in on this action here. Talked about this earlier, $3.55 billion worth of Bitcoin from 2016 Bitfinex hack. That was moved. That's a pretty big deal. It hasn't been moved in a long time. Some of these coins, I think, have been blacklisted. You can blacklist Bitcoin. That's why the Monero people say it actually is not as fungible as they tell you it is. That's the Monero argument. But just wanted to make you guys aware of that. Another kind of dangerous thing out there, guys. There's so many cryptos out there. There's so many. They're mostly scams and worthless. Like, there's probably about 400 that are decent, I would say. 400 to 500 probably that are doing stuff. The rest are all scams. Like, they're maybe not a scam, but they're not going to make it. They don't have the infrastructure. Anyone can make a coin and put it on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko. All you got to do is meet the qualifications. You can go mint an ERC20 token right now. There are plenty of token launching websites out there. It's very easy. Anybody can do it. What we see when the markets get hot, everybody jumps in to take advantage. I would be very interested to see what percentage of the new coins over the last year are at zero or turned out to be a real actual scam. All these people are trying to do is piggyback on the momentum. That's all they're trying to do. So be very careful when you go to CoinGecko and it says that there are, you can see the number up here. They've got 12,302 coins here on CoinGecko. Guys, maybe 500, and that's being probably extremely generous, right? Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I would say, like you said, a lot of things launched this year because they know this is where the most attention is this year. They know a lot of new people are coming into the space over the past 12 months, and they prey on that. They prey on an experience. But yeah, I'd say 200 to 300. Not saying there could be, like you said, a couple hundred, it could just be like super long shots, like very, very, very big speculation. It's something we've talked about on the show before, which is the timing. You can have a great idea and be 10 years too early with the infrastructure. And that's what I see a lot in crypto. They come up with great ideas. They sell the dream and the vision. And it is plausible to solve these problems with blockchain. But if you really know the industry, you're not going to be able to do that for another 10 years.
No.
So taking people's money now is a little dishonest, so that's what it comes down to a lot of the time.
There's maybe 10 to 20 coins that I'm fairly certain will be around in 8 years from now.
Right.
Fairly certain.
Fairly.
There's really only about 5 or 6, I would say. I'm almost positive, Bitcoin, Ethereum, I got to think Solana, Cardano, XRP. I mean, outside of that, Binance Coin, but who knows with Binance? Yeah. Who knows with the way regulators come down on them? They've been in the crosshairs. So, did I leave out a major one?
I think
SafeMoon.
Say XRP.
Yeah, I said XRP. Polkadot and Cardano at this point, I mean, we still got to see stuff from them too.
Yeah, it's not a slam dunk.
It's not a slam dunk for them. Like, we're going to be covering some big Cardano news a little bit down the road, in the show. But Polygon, I think Polygon will be around. But if ETH2 is a disaster and people bail on Ethereum in 6 years, who knows what will happen to Polygon? Mm-hmm. So I'm pretty confident Crypto.com will still be around. FTT will still be around. That's why we're bullish on those. Chainlink definitely put in that category as well.
I was going to say that shows right there the power of those exchange coins.
Absolutely.
Or those business, infrastructure coins where they've got a use case internally, whether the market's going up or down.
Yeah. And I think that's why we are FTT and Crypto.com are two coins that we think are going to do very well. That they will probably hold pretty well in the bear market. So, all right, let's go ahead. Let's bring Frankie up. Frankie Candles.
All right.
I'm going to jump off to the side.
Yeah.
And my mic is on over there?
Yes, it is, I believe. If you have any questions, you should be able to hop right in.
What is going on, guys?
Frankie
I hope you are
Candles.
all having a wonderful Wednesday evening or afternoon. It is happening, okay? Guys, it's happening. Everybody run in panic. No, I'm just kidding. Yes, it is happening. As Ben said, we are at a very, 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 very crucial point right here. Let's jump right in and look at the daily for Bitcoin. Let's resize that a bit. So we have come to meet what has been the bane of our existence since November, this treacherous downward trend line. It's been a key level of horrible support that has just been crushing us. It's been the kiss of death since November. But we have come up to test this level again, and are we going to break out? That is the question. Let's zoom in a little bit here and get a little closer look to the current price action. So we are actually in a upward ascending channel here, which is a bullish pattern. Now you can see typically when you have price action coming up like this, where you're making higher lows as you're approaching resistance, that is typically a bullish sign. So, and as you can see, if we go back a little bit to these last areas where we came up and touched this horrible trend line, it's basically been a kiss of death, right? Like we come up and instantly just get dumped down, and you can come back and see again, touched it, instantly came down. But if you come to this point right here, and you'll notice we do have a Fibonacci drawn. I am Frankie Candles, but I do have an alter ego, Frankie Fibonacci.
You have like any word with an F and it works.
Yeah, that's it.
I call him Frankie Fruits.
Frankie Fruit. Frankie anything.
That's what he is in my phone.
Yeah, easy nickname with the double Fs there. But now we'll get into that Fibonacci in just a second. But as you see, we're coming up with higher lows. And we did touch right here, but it wasn't that same kiss of death that we've been seeing where you just come up and touch that trend line and we just get hammered straight down to the downside. We are holding this trend line just a little bit, holding on for dear life. So that is a level to keep an eye on. And just real quick, key levels of support right here at 36,000, 37.5, and then right here at 39.50 would be the next area of resistance if we do wind up bouncing back out of the bottom of this channel and we do happen to break out. So that would be the first level of resistance. And if we do break this this bottom of this channel right here, guys, we do have this Fibonacci level, which would be backing us up as support. So, and then some of the lower time frames are showing signs of possibly bottoming out here. We are printing green dots. We have the VWAPs coming up on the lower time frames.
What time frame is that?
This is the 15-minute, but we do have the 24-minute coming up, and then the 30-minute coming up, and then it's just kind of goes.
What is it? What is the significance of the 24-minute? Jason Casper uses that, correct?
Yeah.
What is his rule for using that one, Marcus Cipher?
So I believe with the 24-minute Jason Casper, if I am not mistaken, I believe it. So it's a trading strategy where you basically compare different. So you get a longer time frame and a shorter time frame, and when you have the VWAP coming up on the longer time frame, with a money flow crossover on the lower time frame, those are typically turn out to be pretty good trades. That is one of the reasons that he does look at the 24-minute, and
I know he always overlays it with, I think it's the 4-hour chart, if I remember.
Yeah,
correctly.
so I typically do the 4-hour 15-minute is been pretty good for me, and it's pretty easy to check if you do have Market Cipher. If you wanted to go back and back test it, you can just look for those money flow crossovers with the VWAPs on the lower time frames. Very trusty strategy.
Let me ask you this. What are you looking at for the rest of the day? Do you think we got a little further to go? Do you see any local supports, or what's kind of any numbers you're watching specifically?
Is the groundhog going to see a shadow?
Is the groundhog? That's what everybody wants to know, right? So like I said, this Fibonacci level here at, what is this? About 3,700 or 37,000. I'm sorry. This is a key level that I'm watching. And then, worst case scenario, if we do plummet through this Fibonacci level, this 36K level, this big yellow line, is strong support.
Yeah.
So that is another level. But with those smaller time frames looking like they're starting to get some local bottoms, I do think we might see a little bit of upside in the very, very short term.
Look, I don't think it's bad if we go down right now.
Yeah.
I don't think it's bad if we go to 36.
Yeah, no,
I don't think it's
agree.
bad if we go to 35. I mean, I think most of us believe that we're going to be, sitting at least sideways or feeling bearish for another little bit to go here at least. Even in the upward scenario, it's not like it's just going to turn around and go to 50K tomorrow. You could have a spike up to 40 or something like that, and then spend all of February climbing back up. March, maybe we get to 46. You just got to understand, guys. Like you need to be prepared to buckle in. We're probably not seeing this turn around on like a daily basis here. So, listen to what he's saying. I think he's got some really good charts there. And somebody said they've seen 3 different YouTubers draw 3 different lines today in crypto, and I think that's really indicative of where the market is. So, Frankie, thank you so much for joining us today.
Anytime. I will see you guys soon.
Right.
Bada bing, bada boom. These guys and their can't handle the trackpads.
You guys know those mousers from the Ninja Turtle arcade game?
Yeah, the rats.
So, so guys, don't forget also to make sure to.
Now it's not on.
Why is it not on?
Uh-oh.
There it is. Okay. So we got to remember, if I turn that off, it takes there's like a delay. It's like a delay. We're learning as we're going, guys. We're learning as we're going. So, where are we here? Here we are. Okay, so don't forget to check out our YouTube channel and scroll down to this section here. Awesome channels. You can subscribe to Frankie Candles. He's doing a phenomenal job. Meta Money with the rebrand. They're crushing it right now. You get little bitty BitBoy videos here. It's not like miniature versions of me. They're clipped. Don't forget to check out all of our other channels. But I want to show you one thing on YouTube. I just don't want to beat the dead horse here. But if we're covering scams today as a big focus, I do want to make sure that we cover what is probably the most prevalent scam today in crypto. There are 2. One are impersonators asking you to invest with them, pretending to be a celebrity or an influencer or a Bitcoin expert. That's not a real thing. Nobody does that. Number 2 are these YouTube scams. On one of these videos last week, someone sent $200,000 to scammers based on a fake Cathie Wood interview. What they do, they take a real interview from a person and they plug it up to YouTube. Now, you may not know, it's really easy to find these. If you go to your homepage, your feed on YouTube, you can see I was watching Marina and the Diamonds and Ryan Charles and Pomp. If you click live up here, if you start scrolling down, you're going to start seeing them here. Here's one. Shiba Inu, Elon Musk, and SHIB holders predict whatever, 8.1 thousand watching. This is totally fake. Elon Musk is not promoting Shiba Inu. If you click on this, you can see in the preview, they got a QR code where you send crypto to, never to get it back. Go down more. Here's one from Michael Saylor. This is not really Michael Saylor. Same thing. msgives.pro. That's not a real site. That is a scam website. You can see here, Ripple holders will be rich. This is probably one too, I think. Yes, this is another one. They're everywhere. Here's a Charles Hoskinson, Cardano one. All of these are fake. Nobody gives away free money on YouTube. You guys remember that. If you see these videos, make sure to report them. I just thought it is interesting when you click the live, how many of them are out there.
I wouldn't say nobody gives away free money on YouTube because we do.
Contests, but you never have to send money in. You never have to send crypto in to get crypto back.
Exactly.
That's the scam.
That's not a thing.
It's not the way that crypto works. Oh, they wanted me to show people how to report those. If you go, so here is the Charles Hoskinson one. If you go here and you click the 3 dots, scroll down, hit report, and then come here and click spam or misleading, and then hit report, it'll disappear off your feed, and now it has been reported. Now, I can't speak to Google's speed in removing these videos. I doubt they're very fast to do it.
Well, what I'll say, we can speak to the scammer's speed in getting them up. So as fast as they get them down, they're going to relaunch them with a different channel and a different name.
They're like
it's a machine.
Groundhogs. Happy birthday to my dad today. Groundhog's Day is my dad's birthday.
Nice.
So here's the thing. where was I going with that? There was one last thing I was going to say.
They're very prevalent,
Oh,
very easy.
Look, here's the thing. There are a lot of accusations out there on people, okay? When people conject and create conjecture that's not based on actual correlation and actual facts, it is very harmful to crypto. Why? Because it is sexier on Twitter to say that some YouTuber, did some kind of undisclosed, sponsorship or something or whatever. It's so much easier to say that when you have no proof of it based on your opinion. It's much more popular to do that than is to actually call out real scammers, to actually call out the people that are doing these videos on YouTube. This guy, the liquidity pulled, $500,000, the Ice Poseidon guy, okay? The impersonators. We need to talk more about the real scams in crypto that are harming new people and preventing them from getting into the space. So that's my last piece on that. We'll move on. Okay. Will Clemente says here, I think that's a very interesting thought. Think there's a fair likelihood that the Fed has been raising monetary tightening expectations so that markets can rally on less hawkishness, even though the Fed is still marginally raising rates. So the point is that if the Fed comes out and it's only a 0.25% hike, it probably will actually be portrayed as it's less hawkish than we thought. We thought we were getting a 1% rate or rate hike or a 0.5%. We just got 0.25%. You're already starting to see this narrative twist a little bit. And this is what's making me a little bit more bullish that the Fed may try to wiggle out. Look, the way somebody made a meme, they said the entire world economy is based on the amount of sleep that Jerome Powell had the night before. The way that he comes off, if he's like, then it's not good. And people are going to be like, that's really sad. And the markets are going to go down. But if he comes up and he's like, it's not as bad as people think it is. That's my Christmas elf voice. It's not as bad as people think it is. We're just raising the rates just a little bit. Then, maybe it won't have as big of an effect. And I think Will Clemente is speaking on that. Willie Woo says price in relation to on-chain demand from both speculative and hodl categories of investors are now both at peak oversold levels. The last time this happened was on October 2020. The time before that was at the bottom of the pandemic crash. My first thought when I read that tweet was, well, yeah, but those were both in the time of the 4-year cycle that should have been bullish. What about the other times? And he addressed that in a follow-up tweet, a reply. The time before that was January 2015, which was the bottom of the 2014 bear market capitulation. And before that was February 2012, which was at the start of the 2012-2013 bull run. So really interesting stuff there from Willie Woo. He also says, peak fear. We're going to talk a lot of Willie Woo today. Peak fear, but on-chain metrics say it's not a bear market. No doubt about it. People are really scared, which is typically an opportunity to buy. Structurally on-chain, it's not a bear market setup. I guess BTC is in demand lately, looking at the exchange flows, the net flows. You can see down here, the outflows are going down. Price starting to rise up, maybe a little bit, maybe a hidden bullish divergence down here, as you guys can see. In the short term, we noted that you don't get this kind of pullback without it relief bouncing. Now, that is the scenario we could be looking. We could be looking at the 46 to 40K, 46K to 47K relief rally. People take profits, and then we go back down. That is a possibility. I'm hoping if we get back up that high, it will continue, but we will be playing our portfolio, as we think it's going to happen. He suggested the increasing influx of mainstream traders. The rollout of BTC futures markets has changed the market structure. And I think that's something to think about is the market structure just totally different now? And I think there is an argument, to be made for that. So maybe even though we've got all these indicators and all this stuff that worked before, maybe it's just, maybe it doesn't hit the same. What these indicators say about a possible bullish scenario in the near term. Blockchain analytics firm Glassnode published its weekly report to highlight these bullish scenarios. The on-chain fundamentals, once again, we're seeing historically what we're seeing would indicate bullishness. Same time, the recent market correction isn't going to last too long. First of all, the report underlined the narrative using the illiquid supply of Bitcoin metric. You guys can see here. This is broken down pretty well. Let you guys examine that chart there for a second, but keep in mind, this doesn't necessarily mean correlation. In the next phase, right now we've got 1.5% of the supply is liquid. That's pretty insane. 76.2% is illiquid. In the 2018-2019 lows were 72% illiquid. This means Bitcoin that does not move. That's from long-term hodlers and also Bitcoin that's been lost. Interestingly, prices in the current market are declining while illiquid supply is in a marked uptick. Blah, 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 blah. We looked at that. They highlight the NVT here, which is quite interesting. It was trading between the faster 28-day and slower 90-day NVT price models. I think it's important when we bring these up to show you what they are. This is the NVT ratio. This is a little better. This is actually the NVT signal. It's easier to follow. If we get rid of, maybe up through 2015, you can really see we were in the midst of, even when the market dumped, the NVT was on the way up. And you see our spike here, obviously, from the summer when, prices started rebounding, you got NVT going up again. What is NVT? Now, this is the signal. It's a modified version of the original NVT ratio. It uses a 90-day moving average of the daily transaction volume in the denominator instead of the raw daily transaction volume. So let me actually go to the regular one and read you the definition of that. The other one's easier to read, but this is actually what it is. Where'd it go? There we go. Okay. The network value to transactions, NVT ratio, is computed by dividing the market cap by the transferred on-chain volume measured in USD. It was created by Willy Woo. You can see here, all of these different coins go into that. There's several coins that make up this market cap. It's not just Bitcoin. So that's important. It is the network transactions. Another one, obviously, we've looked at before is the Nupal. This guy had a really interesting post here on CryptoQuant. Says you can use the Nupal as indication for current market momentum. Basically, what he does in all these graphics here is he compares the price to the Nupal. You can see here we had, the price dropping, but we had a bullish divergence. Bullish divergence is when something in a chart is going the opposite way of the price, okay? A bullish divergence, and then it led to a price pump. Look where we're at right now. We've been on a downswing, but we've got a bullish divergence here on the, on the Nupal. Now, not quite sure that matches up exactly because the higher the Nupal goes, the more likely is Bitcoin to fall. But he's got some very interesting charts here. Takes a look at the price correlation between March and April. You can see how closely the sideways action followed. You guys can see, those divergences played out perfectly. And then this is the whole market crash. This is the Nupal on Glassnode. If you don't know what this is, we've talked about it a lot. Is a net unrealized profit loss. Is the difference between relative unrealized profit and realized unrealized loss. Relative unrealized loss. It can be calculated by subtracting realized cap from the market cap and dividing the result by the market cap. The point is, when it gets to the blue, we're in trouble. Prices go down. We did not actually hit the blue. We skimmed off of the line to hit blue in the Nupal on this bull cycle, and we did not get, we didn't get the blow off top. To get a blow off top, you got to see the blue.
Where's it at right now?
It is, it's deep in the brown.
Deep
DJ.
in the brown. Well, I was wondering,
deep in the brown.
Is it close? I can't.
Is that right? It is almost exactly the same as the bottom of the summer.
That's what I thought.
And then before that, you would have to go all the way back to basically right at the halving, May of 2020. So, all right, let's move on here to PayPal and Google. We're going to touch on these pretty quick here. Bitcoin price dives with stocks as fresh sell-off sees PayPal shed nearly 25%. Let's see, where do they talk about PayPal? It's kind of hidden. Here it is. At the time of this writing, the pair traded near 37,600 as tech stocks took a beating. These were led by PayPal shares, in which shed nearly 25% after the company reported missed earnings targets. Here's the question. Is this because of Bitcoin going down? I wonder how that affects their their bottom line. We know with Square, right, when Bitcoin is going up, their volume is pumping, they're making a lot of money. Coinbase, same thing. Are we seeing a Bitcoin effect on PayPal now? Because now they're doing trading. Is that what you would call what PayPal does? You can buy it there. I don't think you can trade it. I'm not sure. I would not use PayPal for crypto. That's for your grandma. Do you know?
No, what to call it?
Yeah, like
money services.
money services.
Is probably what it falls under.
Bitcoin maxi Jack Dorsey slams Facebook over wasted effort and time on Diem. Just like a true Bitcoin maxi. Where's his nose ring? Very disappointed. Just like a true Bitcoin maxi, Jack Dorsey says, think like him or you're an idiot. So he said, old Zuck, he should have focused on, this guy's kind of a wolf in sheep's clothing. He says one thing, I don't buy his shtick. His shtick is like, I'm the calm, peaceful, logical tech overlord. That's his brand. And I don't like it. I don't believe it. I don't think it's accurate. I've heard some stuff behind the scenes that's not that great. I'm not for censorship, but I run the most censored platform. Kind of like Neil Young, I think it was, or maybe it was either Neil Young or Ram Crosby, whoever pulled their music off Spotify. It might have been both of them. One of them said, I want to be clear here, though. I'm not for censorship. Not for censorship, but we're gonna try to force people to pull their music off of Spotify so we can get rid of the most popular podcaster. Crazy. That is very similar. So Alphabet, which if you didn't know Alphabet, that is Google. They're exploring blockchain technology for flagship services. Parent company is reportedly exploring applying emerging tech to its main products and services. Anytime there's innovation, we want to be there. The big news here is this. They noticed that their cloud team, a new company area that competes with the likes of AWS and Microsoft, is exploring how to fulfill customer demands through blockchain-based platforms. Notably, these are just initial ideas. Other organizations, including Silicon Valley IT titans, have been far more proactive in adopting Web3 than Google. Block, Twitter, Microsoft, and Meta have unveiled their plans for Web3 services. Polygon, teamed up with a Reddit co-founder to launch a Web3 gaming project. Google has remained on the sidelines until now. So we seem to hear stuff about Google and Alphabet here and there when it comes to crypto. We know they do some work with Theta. They got a cloud partnership with Theta. Some other projects. I think HBar's got something with Google as well.
I was going to say,
so it's not accurate to say they haven't done anything.
That's what I was going to say. When I hear they've remained on the sidelines, I wouldn't consider that to be true either. They've been doing a lot behind the scenes, I think. I don't think they haven't launched a product that they're really trying to push hard and put their name on. But like you said, they've been doing acquisitions, partnerships, and understanding the space and how to utilize it before they really push it hard, I think.
Yeah.
Because they know as soon as they put their name on something, it's going to be like what happened with Facebook. Everyone will talk about it. And if you don't have it exactly right, you'll end up in the same position that Diem was, where you get struck down by regulators and you're, trying to back into your project. And that's what happened to Diem. And now I don't want to call it dead in the water, because I think the guys at Silvergate are pretty smart and they can figure out how to utilize it. But it's definitely dead in the water the way Facebook planned to utilize it. And
so what I would like to do is we're going to put this tweet about the meetup. Did you ever get the graphic for that?
No.
Can you Slack Steven and have him email it to me?
Sure.
And then I will just send it as a message on Twitter to myself. And then that way we can get that going here in just a few minutes. So write a message to myself with the Eventbrite link. Okay. All right, cool. Okay, actually, I think I can just do it with the link. I think if I just do the link, let me pull up my messages. So hold on a second. I think if I do the link, I think it will. Why is it not showing up? I think if I do just the link, it should pop up in a image graphic. The preview. I don't know why it's not coming up. That's so weird.
Bobby Dials wants to know if you're doing a tailgate party.
What is it?
A tailgate party?
For the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Like for crypto?
He just said tailgate party ?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it. We got tickets to one, so I'll have to pull up the email. Have them email it. So let's move on to the next story, and we'll do it after the next story. So have them email that to me in the meanwhile. SEC's proposed rule on exchanges could threaten DeFi, says Crypto Mom. This is not great, guys. Proposal includes very expansive language, which together with the chair's apparent interest in regulating all things crypto, suggests that it could be used to regulate crypto platforms. Here's exactly what Hester Pierce of the SEC had to say. The proposal includes very expansive language, which together with the chair's apparent interest in regulating all things crypto, suggests that it could be used to regulate crypto platforms. The proposal could reach more types of trading mechanisms, including potentially DeFi protocols. The text of the proposal is very interesting. It does not include terms like digital asset, cryptocurrency, or decentralized finance. Focuses on systems that offer the use of non-firm trading interest and communication protocols to bring together buyers and sellers of securities. So, non-firm trading interest. What do you think that means?
Non-firm system that offers the use of non-firm trading. Maybe when they say non-firm, you think like not an
actual entity, I would think.
Like individuals.
Yeah. If implemented, it would promote resiliency and greater access in the treasury market by expanding regulations to include treasury markets platforms. Are we going to see treasury market platforms merge with crypto? Is the government planning its own kind of centralized DeFi? CDFI. Let's see. Gary Gensler hates us all, and he's really dirty.
We call it ByFi.
What's that?
We call it ByFi.
ByFi.
Because it's DeFi and CeFi. It's Bi. Took you a minute.
It did. Okay. U.S. Senator Toomey admits crypto's here to stay. So here's some positives. So that's DeFi Disaster, where they're trying to say they're going to get rid of DeFi, which, by the way, what they can do is make it harder for people to use decentralized finance.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have the power to shut down DeFi protocols that are decentralized and have nodes all over the world.
That's the whole point.
And the servers for even their websites and different things that they use are in Estonia. Like, U.S. government can't shut that stuff down. So, that definitely pretty crazy stuff. But on the flip side, we got U.S. Senator Toomey admits crypto is here to stay and a diversified portfolio should have some. I'm going to try to start getting more politicians on the show. We got George from Cryptos R Us on the show tomorrow.
Nice.
At 11:30. Blockchain backer on Tuesday. So
on Tuesday.
Yeah. And then maybe I'm going to try to reach out to some other folks and see what we can do. The subject of whether or not members of Congress should trade or purchase crypto or other financial assets has received a great deal of attention in recent weeks. Speaking with CNBC Squawk Box, Pat Toomey from Pennsylvania said address trading crypto and keeping it in one's portfolio, as well as whether other senators, including members of Congress, should be permitted to trade. It seems to me that crypto assets are here to stay and have a thoroughly diversified portfolio. And a thoroughly diversified portfolio should have some. I've always been an advocate for free markets, limited governments, lighter regulation, and lower taxes.
I like that.
And I still believe that. Yeah, I think it's good.
I hope that's true.
Look, I just want to say, I personally, like, Nancy Pelosi gets a bad rap. There's several of these people out there that have milked this thing until the teats were gone, okay? But I don't think that if you're a senator, you shouldn't be able to trade stocks. I don't think so. I'm okay with them continuing to trade stocks. It's when they're using inside information that's the problem, okay? When they're using their own personal information that they're getting in classified hearings to make their own financial decisions, or, well, I was in this meeting where I heard all this stuff, but I didn't tell my husband when I went home, and he did it. He just randomly thought it was a good investment. That's what Nancy Pelosi says, basically. So, I believe, like Pat Toomey does, I think we should have free markets. I think the politicians should be able to trade. The problem is all our politicians are dirty. Like, that's the problem. It's not a rule that can get fixed. They're just going to find other ways to be dirty.
Yeah.
We need to weed out the dirty politicians. Like,
they just make a loophole for that rule. which is basically what they do all the time.
100%. Okay, so Congress outperforms the market. Here they are talking about it. So it's gotten much worse as of late. Cardano. Now, let's see here. Before we pull up this Cardano, can you take my screen down for a second while I pull up those? See if I can get that going here. If you are in the ADA gang, then bet your bottom dollar you need to come over to our BitSquad meetup. Did you text him?
I did. I'm going to just run over there real quick.
Yeah, that would be the best thing. I'll get the Eventbrite up and see if maybe that alone will make it happen. Sorry, guys. We usually don't have this. We're just running out of time. The meetup's in a week, barely over a week. We got to get this up today. So, okay. So here it is. So I'm going to go on Twitter, post about our meetup here. LA meetup next Thursday at 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. You can pull it up now. PST. Let's see what happens when I post this. See if the preview will pop up. There it is. So we'll just go with that for now.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just go for this for now because we'll post the other one tomorrow and pin it. It'll be fine. So if you're planning on coming to our meetup, make sure to go to my Twitter. Check this out. You need to sign up through the Eventbrite. It's free. We had people at our meetup in Austin saying, you should charge for this. Like, no, this is for our people, right? This is how we can meet the people that watch this channel and our family. So we'll never charge for meetups. I think, this is for the community. These are the type of things we like to do. So make sure if you're going to be in the Southern California area next Thursday, it's in actually Santa Monica. You can get the details on that on the link here. So if you just go to my Twitter, I'm going to pin it. So you guys who are excited about the California meetup, make sure to go check that out. Yeah, so there we go. Finally got that done. Did you show it on the screen?
I did. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's move on. Let's talk about Cardano here. Cardano's most crucial update in 2022 goes live. And I'll be honest with you. I've been disappointed in Cardano over the last couple months. It grieves my soul to say that. I'm not down on it for the long term, but we got to be honest with where Cardano is. They had congestion issues, right? They weren't supposed to have congestion issues. And now it came from the community just rapidly going on the chain and buying all these NFTs and doing other stuff. Cardano's got some work to do. I think this is what we see. Everybody pointed the finger at Ethereum for so long. But now that you're actually getting these layer 1 protocols roll out and get some usage, and Cardano's usage is picking up. We'll talk about that too. But, there's work to be done here. It's not just smooth sailing.
I was going to say, it's much easier to talk a big game than to actually execute it. We see that all over crypto.
All the time. What does this mean for Cardano? Biggest update. Can't X that out. I wish I could. Input Output Global, the development studio behind Cardano Blockchain Solutions, shared the details of radical updates to its consensus structure. Cardano block size and memory unit quantity is now increased. Today, we propose the next parameter update as we continue to increase Cardano network capacity, which they desperately needed. In line with the plan, the proposal will increase block size by a further 8 kilobytes. You can read all about that thread from Input Output Hong Kong. Key element in Cardano's scaling plan. What is pipelining? So pipelining is a new consensus layer, new upgrade to their consensus layer. This advance completely changes the logic of Cardano's transaction propagation. For you guys that care about that, it's called diffusion pipelining. Here are some graphics. I know most of you don't actually probably care how the blockchain works, just as long as it works. What will it change? This is what's important. It's set to become more attractive for high-performance dApps like DeFi and NFT marketplaces. The indicators of the existing dApps will be advanced. They'll work faster and in a far more resource-efficient manner. They'll be able to onboard more sophisticated dApps architecture. You can see here, they increase the block size by 11%, optimize the network, but Cardano's first dApp goes live. So this is big news as well. Since the introduction of the long-awaited smart contract functionality on the Cardano blockchain, the network has witnessed a massive surge in the number of dApps and DeFi projects launching on its mainnet. Just a few weeks ago, the first Cardano-based DEX, Sunday Swap, went live. Several other trading pools offering several different trading pools, with native Cardano tokens. However, the DEX's launch has been marred by several platform errors, failed transactions caused by, there it is, network congestion. It's going to get better. Ada gang, it's going to get better. But you just see it's not as easy as people thought that it was going to be. And you know what? That's where the best innovation comes. Right? Like things get created out of necessity, right? Necessity is the mother of all inventions. The reason is because you see problems and you got to create, solutions to get through those. And I believe Cardano is going to do that. They added over 100 smart contracts in just 2 days, the highest ever jump. So Cardano is now poised for more dApps. First dApp went live. They had this scaling and network upgrade, and we're seeing the results already in a short, time frame here. Anything happening with Bitverse NFTs, as from Matthew Wilkinson, we're talking about that. I think one of the big problems we're having is just Ethereum gas fees when we're trying to, come up with some new stuff to do with our Bitverse stuff, because it's on Ethereum. So we're talking about it. Don't have anything, definitive for you today, but we are working on some of that. All right. So moving on here to zoom out. Remember, guys, zoom out. When in doubt, zoom out. Plan B, much maligned for his stock to flow chart that has not hit, that has been way off target over the last several months. It does not look like it's probably going to get back on target. But remember this, he always stays positive. Bitcoin 200-day or 200-week moving average. Just remember, guys, Bitcoin always goes up. I mean, I don't know if I can say that because anything could happen. In the history of Bitcoin, it always makes new all-time highs. Every 4 years, sometimes sooner than that. It always makes new all-time highs. You got to remember, we're a part of something that's super exciting. And when the market is blah like this, it's very blah right now, this is when the interest leaves the most. Because you come, you watch, and you're like, they said the same thing today they said yesterday. Could go up, could go down, and it's staying about the same. You got to find bigger reasons to hold on and stay interested in the world of crypto right now. And when you look at this chart from 2013 to 2022, it is a very smooth upward trajectory for the Bitcoin price. As you can see, like I said, from the 200-week moving average, and it's just going to continue going up. Do you honestly believe that Bitcoin has seen its all-time high? I don't know hardly anybody that would tell you that. When you look at the moves that are being made outside, when you look at the companies that are coming in crypto, it's very exciting. You got to huddle on. I'm every passing day, I'm feeling more confident that we're at least going to go back up into the 40s. But we don't have anything that's, definitive on that. We're at a part of the traditional cycle where that shouldn't be happening. You see what Willy Woo says. The on-chain fundamentals are not matching the price action right now. And it's just all very interesting, but yet confusing. Make sure you guys come up with your own people you like to listen to, or your own people you like to watch, your own charts you like to look at. You got to, kind of grow up, and you got to get your own research methods and figure out what you think is happening in crypto. But overall, when we zoom out, we look and see Bitcoin has a history of always going back up. The difficult part is timing the bottoms. All right, let's move on here.
Q&A. Let's go.
Yeah, we should have covered the metaverse story. We covered it on Around the Blockchain yesterday.
Yeah, so Roadblock was wondering if the metaverse has an $8 trillion market cap, which we were talking about that a little bit yesterday. What would be the potential for something like Sand as a market cap? I don't
69 trillion. Somebody's going to clip that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I would say Sand. I mean, look, Bitcoin dominance is, hovers in between about 40 and 60 generally. If you were looking at metaverse and you were to say Decentraland and, Sandbox would be at the top. There's many more competitors. There's not as big of a, first mover advantage. I would give Sandbox a realistic chance at 15%.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? So that would obviously be, 100 and 1.2 trillion. Is that right?
Well, that's what I was going to say. I don't put a lot of weight. Like that $8 trillion number is largely just kind of pulled out of the sky.
It is.
It's like trying to put a market cap on the internet. That's kind of what I was saying when I first heard that number. I was like, well,
I know they don't give you like analytics for like, oh, this is exactly like, is land included? Is this crypto prices? Like,
Right.
what is this business involvement?
People talk about the metaverse like it's this new thing, and it's really just the next evolution of technology on the internet. So what's the market cap of the internet? And then what percentage could a potential crypto project get of that? I mean, it's largely conjecture, and it's mostly just interesting to talk about. However, I would agree that Sandbox does have a huge advantage to take a large, especially early over the next 5-10 years.
They're the furthest ahead for sure.
By far. And they're doing one of the best jobs of continuing to grow, continuing to get good people involved. So we really like Sandbox.
Yeah, absolutely.
XRP news. A lot of people asking if there's anything new on the XRP story. They're saying they're sick without their XRP update for the day.
Yeah, well, we've been doing things a little bit differently with the research for the show and putting stuff together, and
it's much better.
We're doing things more in chunks. And so if like there's not a huge XRP story, then not necessarily put it on the rundown. I try to generally mention something about XRP every day. I know I haven't been the best at it in the last week or so. We looked at that buyback that Ripple was doing last week. That was kind of big news. Let's see. See here, this is the problem. What does everybody care about right now? The lawsuit.
And nothing.
We're getting no information. We've got no information on this lawsuit since November.
Right.
None. Okay. All we got is a postponement. This story right here from the Wall Street Journal is about the Ripple lawsuit and how it can affect crypto. It's not about the Ripple lawsuit. So I'm going to see if I can get John Deaton or Jeremy Hogan on soon as a guest. Maybe in a couple weeks, talk about where they're seeing things out right now. Ripple Modular, partner on easier payments. We know they're moving forward with things. We know they're doing well. Had some, a lot of those people in, somebody said if BitBoy were promoting it, you would sell it. So we've talked about Sandbox since it was like, it launched when it was, what did it launch at? Like 20 cents?
I don't remember.
Maybe less than that, a fraction of that maybe. Yeah. So if you bought Sandbox when we told you to, when we did, you did really well. So we were talking about Sandbox before it even came out. So low IQ comment in the chat. So we want to throw that out there. Here's the thing when it comes to the stuff with Ripple. We just need this lawsuit to kind of break free, and then things will, kind of move from there. We know they're pushing forward. We know they're moving ahead. We know they're building stuff. A lot of people in the XRP community that are the XRP influencers, they don't like me. They don't like me because I stole their shine. They don't like me because I support the same coin that they do. And that I, for whatever reason, I had some predictions that didn't come true. I thought they were more than predictions. Didn't come true in the time frame that I was given the information. You guys all know that. But the fact is, we're all in this together. So I don't know why all the hate out there. Look, I probably bought XRP before most of those people did. Didn't buy as much as we have now. But I've been in Ripple for a long time. Or been in XRP for a long time. So, I'll just to answer that, I'll try to put a little more emphasis on XRP in the next few shows.
Anything coming new that you're bullish on that we could still get in on early? Anything exciting?
Anything coming nude?
New.
Nude?
Well, a lot of things are coming nude, but not that they can get in on.
Yeah. A lot of nude bathing suits. It's a hot color for the summer, I think. Do you know it's a color, nude?
I did.
Isn't that a weird color name?
Well, what would you rather call it?
Birthday suit.
Skin color?
Yeah, skin color. Yeah, that's what I'd call it. Or in my case, pale. Anything new that I'm bullish on? I don't know how new it is, but one that's got my interest is, Immutable X for sure. That's one I haven't done enough research on yet, but it is pretty interesting. A lot of, use going on with that, a lot of action behind the scenes with that Immutable X. Outside of that, I don't know. Can you think of anything?
No, I would say what's actually exciting to me now,
stuff,
is the opportunity to learn about new things like the metaverse and to see those opportunities as they come up. So it's not necessarily a specific coin or project right now as much as it is all the opportunities out there with both play to earn, like gaming, if you're into gaming, playing with that stuff, and metaverse, sandbox type things, because the opportunities within those are going to be almost endless.
Yeah.
So
$8 trillion.
Yeah, potentially.
Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan, one of them.
Yeah. So
JP Morgan Stanley.
To me, I'm excited about all the different stuff we have going around here, the new building, Players Lounge, NFT stuff, like all sorts of fun
Players
stuff.
Lounge stuff will be big.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. We just started, we're getting to real estate. So
Yeah.
and it all ties back to crypto, which is what's so exciting is for a long time for you and I in this space, crypto was only coins and projects. Now they're getting a lot more real.
Yes.
And we're actually.
This is what's exciting. What you're talking about right now is what is exciting.
Exactly. We're actually getting to a point where it's turning into reality. All these things we talked about for years and years and years, and our family would look at us like we're crazy.
Mm-hmm.
They're starting to look at us and think, well, maybe you weren't so crazy. So that's what's exciting to me.
The fact that I can say I think metaverse will be bigger than crypto, and people understand what I mean. Yeah. That's the real adoption and use that's coming, So I don't know. Like, I guess nothing's bigger than the air. Like, you can't be bigger than blockchain because blockchain is going to, underpin most of this stuff. But the fact is, when it comes to interest level, when it comes to, the amount of money pouring into the space, like I can see more money pouring into metaverse than into crypto. And remember, at some point, we're going to see a crypto explosion, I think, where we're going to see something similar to the .com bubble, where we are going to lose a lot of crypto projects. That will come at some point. I don't know when that will be. But, when that happens, you'll probably have a lot of money leave the market. And, you're going to have these other big niches. They're going to be getting a lot of use case and adoption and users and things like that. So very interesting times we're heading to. That is definitely what I think is the most exciting thing.
And very last question, real quick, to wrap up the show from Das Giggler. What is your favorite Stone Cold quote or moment?
I would probably have to say, when it comes to Stone Cold, one of my favorite Stone Cold moment is. It's not a moment per se, but the thing that I would love that he would do the most is when he would get somebody down on the ground and he would get right in their face, like they're on the ground face down, and he would get right in their face and he was talking so rapidly, it looked like he was barking like a dog, but he was face down on the mat. You couldn't see, he was like, it was crazy. It was crazy. Like, that was so intense when he would do that. And, I always remember that, of course, when he would come out, the music. That's the most iconic thing from Stone Cold, the music, right? When that music hit, the glass broke. Mm-hmm. Save WWE for sure. WCW would have, taken him out if it wasn't for Stone Cold, I think. So, you guys make sure to smash the likes on the way out. We appreciate you all, BitSquad. That's all I got. Be blessed.